It's been 1 year, 6 months and 24 days since Labour was voted in the Australian federal election of 2022. They made a lot of promises at that election, as did the LNP. Well, now that it's their first full year in power pretty much over, let's talk about what promises they've delivered on, what promises they've left behind, and those that are still to come. The first and most notable promise was to bring the voice to Parliament to fruition. The referendum was held, it cost $450 million, and then Australia voted no. As for the environment, Australia's target for carbon emissions was legislated with a 43% decrease in carbon emissions by 2030 and net zero by 2050. However, since Labour came into power, 4 new coal mines have been approved. The National Anti-Corruption Commission was passed in December last year. On its first day of operation, 44 referrals were made. The Fair Work loophole was passed, as was the Family Assistance Subsidy, as was the Protecting Worker Entitlements Bill, all with the goal of bringing greater protections to contracted and full-time employees. The Housing Australia Future Fund was passed in September, bringing $10 billion to 30,000 social and affordable homes to be built in the next 5 years. As for the issue on everyone's mind, the cost of living crisis, well, while we started off the year with a cash rate of 3.10%, we're now sitting at a cash rate of 4.35%. Whatever this can be attributed to, the question is what's being done about it. While the government has passed a number of different bills that would lower costs for some people, such as lower childcare, bulk billing for GPs, as well as energy rebates, the heart of the issue in housing costs and food costs has yet to be tackled. While we're on the economy, Labour was able to achieve the first surplus since 2007 to 2008 with $22.1 billion. Putting that back into the economy to help people takes time, but we'll have to see if people have the patience to wait while the government makes slow but meaningful change. One big obstacle for Labour's future reputation are the Stage 3 tax cuts, which are due to come into effect sometime next year. While these are hugely unpopular with Labour's lower income voting base, it was part of the platform that they were voted in on. Whether they commit to it or work around it, they're in for a difficult future. The next Australian federal election will be held sometime in September 2025, so that leaves Labour with about 1 year, 9 months, and let's say 15 days to convince the Australian public to keep them at the helm. With that in mind, let's see what 2024 has to bring.